President Rodrigo Duterte singles out one armed group in his letter to Congress asking for a one-year extension of martial law in Mindanao. Duterte says there are remnant groups capable of invading other areas to establish a wilayat or an Islamic caliphate, but he says one of the primary threats is a faction of the Bangsamoro Islamic freedom fighters, led by a relatively unknown leader, Ismail Sheikh Abdul Malik. Abdul Malik is also known as Commander Turaifi. No other terrorist is named in the letter. Duterte says the Turaifi group has been monitored planning to bomb the Cotabato area. He says Turaifi is Hapilon's potential successor as Amir of Desh Wilayat in the Philippines and Southeast Asia. But based on Rappler interviews, Turaifi appears to be a low-level operative. Turaifi drew government attention in April, just a month before the Marawi siege, after he posted a video of himself pledging allegiance to ISIS. Philippine National Police Chief Ronald Dela Rosa questions why Supreme Court Senior Associate Justice Antonio Carpio thinks police are ignoring big-time drug lords. Carpio earlier raised this concern during oral arguments on the PNP guidelines on the war on drugs. He says, quote, "Look, is Parohinog small time? Is Kerwin Espinosa small time?" Dela Rosa was referring to Osamis City Mayor Reynaldo Parohinog Sr., who was killed in a drug raid last July. Kerwin Espinosa is an alleged drug lord captured by the PNP in November 2016. Dela Rosa says they have achieved so much in the war on drugs not just against drug suspects in the streets, but also against the rich and powerful. In response to Carpio's question on how the PNP is addressing drug lords based in China, Dela Rosa says it's a work in progress. President Rodrigo Duterte will fire all the commissioners of the Presidential Commission for the Urban Poor. Presidential spokesman Harry Roque says Duterte has two grievances against PCUP officials.
Number one, it is, according to him, a collegial body and they have not met as a collegial body. And number two, that the commissioners are notorious for junkets abroad.
Earlier Tuesday, Roque initially said Duterte was set to abolish the PCUP. Over an hour later, he corrects his mistake, saying Duterte will only fire all commissioners and not abolish the commission. Roque could not give reporters any details about the unnecessary junkets or which PCUP officials were involved. The PCUP, created during the administration of Corazon Aquino in 1986, is a commission under the Office of the President tasked with responding to issues on urban poverty, such as demolitions, reclamation, and housing. The PCUP is led by former Kabataan Representative Terry Redon. The commissioners are Melissa Aradanas, Manuel Serra Jr., Noe Indonto, and Joan Lagunda. Redon says he is grateful to the president for the opportunity to serve the nation. He also says he and the PCUP commissioners all served with integrity and competence. The Court of Appeals clears tycoon Bobby Ongpin of insider trading charges involving Philex Mining shares in 2009. In its decision dated December 1, the CA reverses a Securities and Exchange Commission ruling finding him liable for 174 counts of insider trading. The SEC earlier found Ongpin profited from insider information after he bought additional Philex shares. The SEC penalized Ongpin 174 million pesos or 1 million pesos for each count of insider trading. But Ongpin insisted the 3-year prescriptive period to charge him for the offense already lapsed. The CA says the SEC's arguments against Ongpin did not merit a clear and direct indication that there was indeed insider trading. It also says there is no legal basis for the 174 million peso fine and it went beyond the confines of the law. A former Facebook executive says he regrets creating tools that are ripping apart the social fabric of society. Chamat Palihapitia, former Facebook VP for user growth, says he feels tremendous guilt for helping build up Facebook and see it change how the world works, but not for the better. Palihapitia, speaking last November at the Stanford Graduate School of Business, says, quote, "The short-term dopamine-driven feedback loops we've created are destroying how society works." His remarks come amid concerns Russia influenced the outcome of the United States elections and the weaponization of the internet for propaganda around the world. Palihapitia cites the pervasive toxicity on social media. He says, quote, "No civil discourse, no cooperation, misinformation, mistruth. And it's not an American problem. This is not about Russian ads. This is a global problem."